In fact, we were talking earlier on about, what new announcements the SEBI has made with regards to rating agencies. And let's just bring in Milind Gadkari. He's the Senior Director at Care Ratings. He's joining us right now on the phone line from Mumbai. Milind, thanks very much for taking out the time. Is this a respite? Were you anticipating this?
Something was expected. Definitely, obviously, there were discussions going on between rating agencies and SEBI. And the way the situation is, definitely something of this sort was definitely required. Because,
okay,
as you know, everybody is under lockdown. Most of the people are working from home. Although we have a dispensation to work, go to office as per the SEBI regulations, still most of the staff is working from home. So, and more to do with the clients, many of them are not really operating. So getting any data from clients and processing it is becoming a challenge. So in view of that, we had hoped for something like this to happen, and then thankfully it has happened.
Okay, so you're getting an extension of 30 days for the annual and semi-annual disclosures by your agency. That is that time period that's given is enough for you, or there could be a further lag as well, despite the fact that once you do start getting your companies coming back to office and working, getting that information may still take some more time.
No, see, there are two things in this. One is that 30-day dispensation given for the annual and semi-annual disclosures. That will definitely happen within the extra time which has been given. Okay, so that should not be a challenge. That would be purely from the data which we have internally. So that we can manage in the current situation. Something other than that is that the material event alerts and rating actions based on that. That is something which is another aspect which is there, which will actually, in that the current relaxation will help more. Okay, so that is we are looking at more favorably.
Milind, hi, this is Melika from BloombergQuint joining in on the conversation with Devina. I'm sorry if I'm asking you to repeat some of the details that you might have already said so in previous answers, but I'd just like to understand how you see this play out with various categories of lenders.
Come again, because I'm still not clear what exactly you're trying to...
So this extension that you've received and this discretion that you've received by SEBI, can you break up the impact for us? SEBI is effectively telling you that if for some reason during this period of lockdown or due to the lockdown, a listed company is not able to service, or an unlisted company too is not able to service its debt, then you are or do have the discretion not to change rating. Have I understood that correctly?
Yeah, correct.
Yes. Now, what I'm trying to understand is that in some cases, for instance, the RBI has already announced a loan moratorium, which several companies might benefit from, as well as an extension of working capital lines. So when it comes to those categories of debt, bank debt, your discretion will align with those extensions already given. I'm just wondering how your discretion will play out for other categories of lenders.
See, in the bank scenario also, individual banks also need to take the approval from their boards. Okay, so and they have to inform that to the respective clients. So it's although RBI has given the dispensation, some minor processes are still pending, which I suppose all the banks will do in a day or two. Okay, by tomorrow they will be all in line. Second is other lenders, clients will definitely, some of the clients will definitely ask for the relaxation in payments. Okay, we don't expect that each and every client will really look forward to taking any relaxation. there would be many clients who will be still making payments on time, and things will not be really different for them. But there might be some clients who might be in difficulties because of the lockdown, and they might really want a relaxation in the payments. In that case, what will happen is that if the majority of the lenders agree, other than non-banks, then they will get that relaxation. Otherwise, we'll have to make them if the lenders don't agree with. Okay, so the only thing is now it will take some time to understand what exactly is the situation, whether lenders have agreed, not agreed. So typically that's not the position. Typically what happens that if the payment is due on one X date and the payment doesn't happen, then we automatically make it due within 2-3 days time and publish it. But now that may not be so easy, in the sense we have to figure out if the lenders have agreed for the relaxation, they have not agreed for the relaxation, and then convince ourselves, okay, there is a approval from the lender, and then not to call it D. But at the same time, we'll have to make the announcement that certain thing happened and it is because of so and so, and lender has given the approval. So
what happens in the case of non-banks?
Yes, this is only non-banks, more important for non-banks. Most of the banks anyway will do it. Okay, that's what we feel.
No, so my question to you is this. If, let's say, for instance, a tranche of bonds is not serviced, because during the lockdown or for other financial reasons surrounding this COVID-19 situation, the tranche of bonds is not serviced. And you as a rating agency are convinced that the reasons have to do with COVID-19. How would you view the rating on that tranche?
So I will have to at the same time look at whether the permission from the lenders have been taken or not. Okay,
so the company will have to talk to the bondholders and seek permission from the bond or debenture trustees and defer payment. And if they are able to do that, how would you as a rating agency view that?
So we'll not take it as a default. Okay, so we'll like to look at the broader picture, what all changes have happened in the operations of the company, how the company is going to be afterwards. All those things will be taken into consideration, and then only we'll come to a rating conclusion. It's no longer automatic calling it a D sort of situation.
Okay, fair enough. All right. I suppose you're not still working through the implications of all of this. So this is the best response you can give me at this point in time. And maybe, in a while, once you've been able to speak with different categories of lenders, including your own credit teams, you will have a better idea.
Sure.
All right. Okay, Milind. Devina, that's the only thing I was seeking clarification from, because I think many stakeholders in the industry will be curious to know how this will play out, in terms of the deferment of the payment, the deferment of the rating action, and hence what it means for, let's say, a class of mutual funds that might otherwise have to provision for this one way or the other. So I think we'll have a bit more clarity on this only in maybe hours or days from now.
Menka, thanks a lot for that. So definitely we will wait and watch as to what more comes out on this aspect. But for now, that's all that we have here on Countdown. Thank you so much for watching. From Neeraj, Navneet, myself and the entire team, let's put this show together. Thanks for watching and stay tuned to Bloomberg.